Yo, what is going on here with the Boruto episode 186 review? Now, I really wasn't going to review this episode. I already had a live stream planned for this, but I couldn't figure out how to do it. We'll figure out how to do it later, but I just want to talk about this episode because the animation was far improved from like earlier episodes, and I think if we get more episodes like this in the future, then the Boruto anime is definitely gonna hit. But let me just go ahead and jump into it because I've already been talking too long. But so basically, they're scouting for Ao, and immediately Ao and Mitsuki they just start scrapping, and they go back and forth a little bit. Mitsuki throws some lightning style jutsu at him, and then Ao absorbs it, and then Konohamaru then goes at Ao and throws some fire at him to distract him, and then Sarada jumps in. So it's basically just all of them kind of just going at him one at a time to sort of distract them. And they do like this triple deadlock with Mitsuki, Konohamaru, and Sarada with all their jutsus to kind of throw them off. And I noticed while they were doing this triple deadlock, Konohamaru was actually super exhausted. So I guess it's just from, he's been pretty much running all the time, and I guess he's just running out of chakra or whatever. But Boruto comes from behind during the triple weight deadlock, and he comes with a little chakra sword, and Ao blocks it. And this is so smart from Boruto. But when Boruto drops his sword, Ao picks up the sword and stabs him with it. Now, I thought this was actually Boruto, but it was just his shadow clone. So what they basically did was they tricked Ao to hold the sword, because the sword takes up a lot of your chakra, and this sort of drained Ao's chakra. That way they can actually break his scientific ninja tool in his arm that was absorbing all the jutsu. So this happened, his arm is broken now, and they talk for a little bit, and then Konohamaru just randomly pushes Boruto out the way, and this man Ao has freaking drones now. So this man has drones up in the sky, and it's like sending in like air attacks on him now. So it basically just goes off his chakra, and he can like control them or whatever. But this man has drones, and Ao mentioned something really interesting that I think is going to pertain to the end of Boruto, or sort of the time skip. And it's how he mentions that the tools are pretty much the end of Shinobi, and that they need to transition to this new power, I think I've said this before, but I think that the Kawaki versus Boruto fight in the very first episode is going to have to deal with this exact same reason. And it kind of makes sense if that is kind of the direction that this show is going in. But anyway, Boruto starts fighting the drones, and let me tell you, this was literally the best scene out of the whole entire episode. He's hopping from drone to drone to drone. I'm like, yo, what the hell? Like, the animation on this episode was so clean. But I liked how they animated that little drone fight scene with him jumping from drone to drone, doing backflips, throwing shurikens. It was just crazy. But one thing they did do again, and they didn't do in the manga, I believe, was that he actually uses water style jutsu again, which I was surprised to actually see him use that. But it seemed pretty cool. I like that they're bringing the water style in a little bit more in the anime, because that is one of his his techniques. But after that little fight scene, Boruto gets rid of a couple drones. Ao and Boruto start talking again, and Ao basically explains why he couldn't return to his village. And he explained it like this, that like, imagine that one day you just robbed of being a shinobi, and the life that you used to live, it's just gone, right? So it's like LeBron James couldn't play basketball anymore, right? So he says that Kara pretty much gave him that sense of his power back, and that's why he considers himself a tool now and not a shinobi. Skips forward a little bit, and Ao is choking Boruto, and Sarada and Mitsuki are just watching, which I thought was very interesting. That they're just watching my mans get choked. But nonetheless, Boruto's over here getting choked, and it turns out that Boruto is indeed another shadow clone. Boruto is very smart. Just the genius that Boruto just displays in some of these episodes, because that was a shadow clone, and then on some like Naruto versus Neji type stuff, Boruto pops out the ground and hits Ao for Rasengan. I thought that was very cool, and it sort of reminded me of that whole Naruto versus Neji scene where Naruto popped out the ground. So it felt like I feel like Boruto was just kind of mixing up different techniques from like his predecessors, which I thought was amazing. I had nothing but compliments for this episode, but I was basically down from this. And he pulls out his screwdriver and reenacts when they first met. And Boruto basically shows Ao mercy and doesn't kill him at the end. And Ao mentions that if Boruto keeps showing mercy like his father, that this will eventually be his downfall. So there's a lot of foreshadowing here with Ao and the whole the tools and the mercy thing. So they're definitely foreshadowing some things that will happen later on in the future. And like literally as the episode is ending, Boruto talks some sense to him, and then like I don't know, like I guess he realizes the error of his ways in a sense. But the episode kind of ends with Kashin Koji showing up and summoning his steam toad. So next episode we're going to be getting the episode that we've been waiting for a very long time, and it's going to be pretty good. The animation for this episode, like I usually don't notice the animation, but I'm not really that big on, like I don't really care about the animation too much, but the animation was fire. Like they went above and beyond for the episode, and I'm really excited to what these future episodes are going to hold. So yeah, great episode. Sorry I couldn't live stream it. I had to figure out a way to do that, but I wake up kind of weird on Sundays, so this review will probably come out late. And if I can't, put out a review, then I just won't put out one. But yeah, hope you guys did enjoy. I just had to talk about this one. This episode was really good, so I had to make a review. But yeah, anyway, I'll see you guys later. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, join the Discord, and peace. Sing.